On Tuesday night, we had about a dozen races across the country. Each had a narrative, each had a theme that is going to be playing out in a big way in November.
You are great, Arkansas!
Let's start with Arkansas. Here is a race, Blanche Lincoln, a Democratic senator from Arkansas. She should have lost this race. She was forced into the race just 3 weeks ago, and she was really facing this anti-incumbent, anti-establishment tidal wave. She should have lost, but she did a couple things that were really smart. And this, by the way, is according to sources both in her campaign and in the campaign of her opponent, Bill Halter. First, she acknowledged the fact that voters have a good reason in Arkansas to be upset with a candidate from like her or a politician like her from Washington. She acknowledged the anti-Washington fervor out there and said, I'm going to change my ways. Secondly, she turned Bill Halter's supporters, the unions, into a boogeyman even bigger than an incumbent in Washington. She said, these folks are coming from the outside and they're telling us how to vote. They're stealing our autonomy here in Arkansas. She had that message backed up by the king of the establishment in Arkansas, Bill Clinton. He came into Arkansas, he got out the black vote, he got out the base liberal vote, and he reminded people, underscored her message in Arkansas. In Nevada, it's the Tea Party theme. We had Sharon Angle, Sharon with 2 R's for some reason. She is backed by the Tea Party movement. She beat a pretty solid field to take on Harry Reid, the Democratic majority leader in the Senate. So we had a big victory for the Tea Party movement, which is this loose coalition of conservatives and anti-government voters, very disenchanted voters out there. There was 2 or 3 other places, including, for example, South Carolina, where a Tea Party candidate won. But we also had, in Virginia, 3 Tea Party candidates actually lost. So it was kind of an uneven scorecard for the Tea Party movement, which is kind of how it's been this whole campaign cycle. For every victory you can point out for the Tea Party, you can point to another either outright defeat or an outcome that's going to hurt Republicans in November.
And this last 2 or 3 weeks, we said no to the dark side of politics.
In South Carolina, Nikki Haley, who was dogged by an unconfirmed allegations of a sexual affair, she's another Tea Party candidate who did very well. She led the pack. She'll have to have a runoff later on in the cycle, but she's now in good place, and she's also part of this little wave of impressive, fresh-faced female Republican candidates who could make a little history in the fall. California, as happens in every California primary, a ton of money was expended in the races out there. We had a little history made. We're now going to have 2 businesswomen, 2 rookie candidates, new to the political scene, are going to be leading the Republican ticket, both for governor and the Senate in the fall. It's part of this big year we seem to be gathering steam towards for Republican women. It's almost like 1992, which was the year of the Democratic women, when all of a sudden there was a big wave of Democratic women getting in and winning races. We may be seeing that happen on the Republican side. It's something really to watch in November.